Hi. Hi, people. This is a complete, random life. When you got the impulse, when you got the information, when you're in the flow, you share it. If you leave it, then you don't remember everything. I've learned that. I don't do that mistake anymore. So, new download. So cool. So after the share, we're sharing with everybody for the greatest good, for upliftment. This is the whole thing. This is what I'm behind. The upliftment of humanity. Anyway. So here we are. I was about to go shower, and I thought, oh well, if I leave it, I won't do it. It's looking after myself day to day. So excuse me, I'm actually in my PJ still. Anyway, here we are. Here's something which started coming to me yesterday. I suppose it depends. You see, it depends. And now it made sense. And now, you work your way as part of the awakening. You're working your way through things. You're figuring it out. So it's your awareness is growing as your light frequency and vibration grows. So you're accessing higher levels of awareness, knowledge. Right? Everyone knows that, like the Buddhas, right? And yogis, and that's what they do for a life. So this was something that was an intention of mine. And I actually sorted it. It was my intent. So there we are, That's what you get. Anyway, wow. So now, if you listen to Bashar, and I'm sure, I don't know who's on here, where you are, but if you resonate, you wouldn't be here otherwise. So, Abraham Hicks, Bashar, and Crown, as they've gone up in their channels and in time, you'll see their information is higher. As we've evolved in consciousness, so they're revealing more and more. You see, because now we're able to perceive and understand more. So as your consciousness rises, you are able to perceive and understand higher levels of awareness, information, higher consciousness, awareness, knowledge and stuff, right? Well, so now we gather, our thoughts create a reality. This Bashar is making very clear, Abraham Hicks makes very clear. Dolores Cannon, I shared it on my TikTok page yesterday, just to remind people, right? That we absolutely create our own reality. Now, most people have got to the point, okay, so now you figure out that. You figure out you are part of Source. You are Source. You're a fractal of Source, right? There's only the one. Science is starting to catch up. Backing. So we are one consciousness. Now, they're starting to drop that. I see crime starting to easily. What if Source is actually a collective? It's not A. Everyone thinks it's A. This is a separation. That's the ego, you see. Source is the collective consciousness of all. So of all that existence is actually Source. So you can't separate yourself from Source, or what we used to think God was. You cannot separate yourself because you are actually part of it. You form part of that collective consciousness, which is a beautiful cohesion of, I shared it on my YouTube channel. If you experience that oneness, you'll understand every single energy that makes up Source, the consciousness, vibrates at a different frequency, and you give off a different frequency and light, because depending on what you've got active in your frequency and vibration, right? As a consciousness. So, but when you put them all together, you vibrate as one. You become one, cohesive. We are one. We're not all. We are one beautiful, cohesive energy. In all creation. So all that is, that's why Source is no judgment. Source is benevolent. Source loves all. Because you cannot separate any part from Source. Because it is one. This is why I tell people, you cannot separate yourself. You cannot get lost. You cannot do anything. You are one collective consciousness. You cannot be separated. In the Maya, the game you are playing, you put your value, your illusion is, yes, that's the ego. You absolutely cannot be. You are part of that. And that's why Source, there is no, all beings are as deserving and as equal, right? Absolutely. Because you are me, I am you. We are one. There's no I can just discount you. No. Everything in creation, all that is one cohesive consciousness. Now, out of the physical, we vibrate. Every vibration becomes, it's like tunes. Here's an example. I put it in simple way to try and explain it. See a piano. Now, all the keys on the piano are all parts. It's your frequency, my frequency. okay, of the different bits that make up all our energies, that make one beautiful, cohesive, amazing sound. As they say, that sounds like singing, heaven singing. There's no bodies to sing, no voices to sing, but it is music. It vibrates. It is beautiful, cohesive frequency and vibration we make up as source, as collective. Oh, just bloody awesome. So, can you imagine if I pulled a few pieces of the piano, notes, those things of the piano out? You took a hammer and you broke a few out. Right? You're going to have. It's not a whole. It won't be whole. It won't make all the sounds. You're missing pieces. You're missing or strings from a guitar, right? You haven't got. It doesn't work. Every one of you, of us, of it, we are. There's no separate. But let's just say at the moment in the game, every one is. Think of it as a note on the piano. Together, when those notes are, it's the most beautiful symphony we create as one consciousness, as this divine consciousness. Now, here's the part this is the download, one higher up. We think our thoughts are created by our mind, our brain, or let's say the physical. You think they're created by the actual human brain, this matter in your what you think is matter between your eyes, right? Not at all. All right. Science will say, okay, science knows it's holographic. There's no matter. This brain here that sits between, this physical so-called thing does not create your thoughts. All right. Prepare yourself. Now, it makes so much sense when you understand all these things that you can tap into. Why is it? This is when you're multidimensional, which we are as a being. So you're multidimensional. Many different existences. How come you think you can tap into what we say is different realms? They are different frequencies and vibrations. Like Earth as a game, say Sirius, the Pleiadians, the realms of the gods. It goes on and on and on. It's infinite. Go ask your own guides. Infinite. Source is infinite. The frequency and vibration can't be measured even by science. Infinite. It's infinite consciousness, infinite frequency, vibration, realms, because all that you could even imagine is created, as they know. So all creation exists right now. It's expanding, and science have noticed our universe. We are expanding at the moment. We're in a process of expansion. It's so awesome. So this is why things, and when the scientists see it as moving away, because we're expanding. So it's changing. We're ever changing. Source does. Because as you think of something, you change, you expand, it adds to the collective. So there is in the entire existence only one collective consciousness. That is source, the source of all that is, which most religions allude to. The creative source, the benevolent creative source, which is all existence. You, me, the bird, the bee, the animal, make up this beautiful, cohesive, the alien. There's no good and bad. What you think, they're bad. Okay, all make source though, right? Okay, all that is created was created by all that is, right? So, some play, dense, dark. Now, this is where I'm going to explain how this works on a higher level. So what you think is bad, dark, right? How come people can tap into that, can tap into this, what you think are dimensions? You're going and you're tapping into that dimension, you're communicating with those beings, you're tapping into this dimension. It is levels, it's frequencies and vibrations. So it's all that exists is energy and consciousness. Now, most people have got that, but we just can't try to. So I'm trying to put it in perspective where you can visualize it and understand it. There is only energy and consciousness. So awesome, right? We know that, right? So the consciousness is the awareness of all that is, of all of us. Our frequency and vibration makes up our beautiful bloody energy that just is like music to your ears when you're out of this when you try not to separate. Your ego is the game that plays I am. No, there is no I. There is no I in the real existence, right? So why are you in the game? I explains why people are having also thoughts, why you're having negative thoughts. Depending on the frequency and vibration, your intent, what you're thinking of and what you're focusing on, okay, and what you're holding in you. So you activated that because you thought of this, today you listened to that nonsense, that made you upset, this made you angry, that made you pray, blah, 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 blah. So you've got all this mix of vibrations active in you. I had such a great example yesterday of this, which happened on my live, and I was waiting for it. I was like, yes, and it actually just verified. I had such a great example of this yesterday. I was like, oh, wow, spot on. So we've got all these different frequencies and vibrations active at one time, okay, in all fractals, which are all parts of us as a collective, right? This is how we're playing all these different games. Now, your thoughts are not yours. All you're doing, because we're only one consciousness, there's no separate, all you're doing is your frequency and vibration is putting you at this level. Thoughts are just frequencies and vibrations. So when you're now focusing or thinking about rubbish, and you say you've got a pattern of collective negative thoughts and nonsense going on in you, right? You are now tapping into that frequency and vibration. All right? All those thoughts which are negative in the same frequency and vibration. Say, let's pick a word. I don't particularly want to. You see, I don't want to activate these things in myself. If you know this works, I don't want to activate any. So think of any nasty word that you think is nasty, that's denser or whatever, any of those type of things, right? Now that's at a frequency. Everything else that resonates and vibrates in a similar frequency altogether. So a collective. So you've got a big batch of thoughts here, a big batch of energies here, a big batch here, a big batch here. Now this is what you're tapping into. And as you go, like I've been practicing, as you raise and practice this, you will realize, because as you raise in light, frequency and vibration, you just don't feel any negative. Think of any negative, man, you just like, wow. You're cruising, right? When you drop in frequency and vibration, ooh. So does the emotions, feelings, and things that happen to you, like law of attraction, everything is okay. So now practice this, yeah. No, so so don't feel bad, you're not your thoughts. And as we're trying to teach you, right? The Buddhists say you're not your thoughts. They don't believe what they're saying. Literally, I'm telling you, you are not your thoughts. You are source, one collective. You are dreaming. I mean, everyone knows this. You are dreaming. You're playing. So while you're playing, you can lower your frequency and vibration to play Earth anyway, to get into this. Now, that's how you're picking up negative. People say, raise your frequency and vibration and you won't bump into negative ETs, negative things, entities. You call them entities. At the lowest part of our collective consciousness, because we can play all things we've created, and they don't. Now, energy never disappears. You can transmute it and change it, like your frequency and vibration, but energy can't be destroyed. So you cannot destroy energy. You can transmute it, change it. Frequencies, vibration, resonance. So anything and all things that were ever created, which are, say, on the lower spectrum, what you call that go bump in the dark, and you imagined as a child, well, you created all that nonsense. So because we had all these things and we were told this shadow projection, we dreamed up all kinds of funny things and nasty things, and we believed what. So yes, they're there, they're around there. They're on the lowest level. They're on the darkest, densest frequency and vibrations. So when you are in that, like you have anger, you're holding in you, if you haven't released anger and other things you're holding in you, right? When you're holding those things in you, you're now vibrating. It's in your mix. So that's why you get a mix of patterns. So people don't know, you're getting a mix. So now you're going to pick up other frequencies and vibrations or thoughts in that frequency and vibration. And now you're holding this as well. So you're picking up a bit of happiness there, a bit of this. Why you've got this mixed. People have basically a mixed consciousness, a mixed life, because it's us. So you understand how you do it now. You create your own reality. Because of all the different active thoughts at different frequencies and vibrations you're tapping into. So if you could imagine thoughts as layers, got people in a linear mind, this you'll understand. People think they're dimensions. Now, as you imagine dimensions, now people think, oh, I'm going to the 9D, I'm in 9D, I'm in 5D, and I was there. I used to go to 9D to talk to the Light Council and right? Not that I knew who they were at the time, and this planet and that, all kinds of things. So you have visualized, when you were doing this, you visualized yourself rising up into 9D or 5D and all those things right now. This is what you're doing. A collective consciousness. You're raising to different, visualize, let's say levels, like you do with the astral. This level has got all the dark, dense frequencies, energies, thoughts in it. Which are those things? Because all you're doing is perceiving. Your antenna, your pineal gland is a receptor. So it's transmitting. You are now picking up those frequencies and vibrations and reading it. Oh, it's a tree. That's why they say it's a holographic universe. And this is why in the game you've got eyes, nose, all these things, all these senses to perceive. This is part of the game. So we can perceive it as a physical thing. Oh, it's a tree. Right there, it's a tree. There's nothing actually there. So all you're doing is reading energy, frequencies and vibrations. This is what we're tapping in and seeing other beings. And this is why some people see angels as orbs and others see them as wings, and whatever, depending on your religion and your mind, you are creating it all the time. So all you are doing is dropping your frequencies and vibrations. Here's a pocket, and all the lowest density thoughts, which are really not nice, and all the things that vibrate are there. Then the next level, and then the next level, you see. So as you raise, and if you focus only on the light, frequency, vibration, and consciousness, whatever, that's all you're doing. They're not your thoughts, people. But if you, like I said, if you watch something and it's negative and you react to it, oh, yeah, oh no, whatever, you have now, this is what happens. Because this is what you're doing. Visualize yourself, geez. I'm going to give you a picture. It's the most effective picture. It might not be, politically correct, but anyway, this is just how I can try and get you to understand. Then you can, if you visualize it, you can make sense of it, right? I'm going to give you a picture to see. I'm going to send this energy to you so it's easy for you to perceive. Imagine you've seen lots of movies and pictures as kids, your sex education. Here is sperm. You've got all these sperm swimming up there, right? And some will get their target. Now, this is what you're doing. So you imagine you're swimming along and you are perceiving. Now, the minute you see something, you're like, lock onto it. You see? So what you do when you respond or resonate, people say resonate to something. Yeah, I believe that. No, I don't. You have now attached yourself to that frequency and vibration. So you have now shopped, put it in your shopping basket. You have now taken that and, okay, I resonate with that. So you have now accepted or asked, okay, that's mine, I'm taking that, I'm taking this. So you are holding, you have activated. These are active frequencies, and it is true though, it's amazing. These are active frequencies and vibrations you are now holding, okay, in your energy, your fractal of source, your energy, as a collective. We are just one collective. So now you are dropping to play. So you're dropping your consciousness. I'm playing in the dark realm now. I'm playing there. I'll shop that. I'll do this. I'll whatever. That's all you're doing. All thoughts are different levels. In the collective consciousness, as all we are, we're just one mass consciousness, the creative source. Everything and all creation is there. So all you're doing is setting your frequency and, okay, I'll pop into that realm. I'll visit here. I'll think that. And whatever you're holding in you are the same frequency and resonance, which you will call thoughts, will come into your awareness, which you think into your mind. Oh, I just thought of that. No, you didn't. You at that frequency and vibration, you attracted thoughts from the collective, from source. Okay, you're drawing them to you. You see? Now, when you start clearing out things that are active, you start searching and understanding thoughts, feelings, emotions, your beliefs. There's one. It's you've taken lots of practice, as I say. You start dropping those things, and you'll see, bink, gone. Yeah, it's fascinating. So this is why we've had this mix of lives. Okay, but I didn't manifest that. I didn't want. Because we're always thinking, focusing on different things. So this is why I laugh, it's here, then it's that, and then that should happen, whatever. But that's what we're doing without realizing it. We have so many different active frequencies and vibrations. Because think about it, every thought, every word, and I've shown this to you when you watch my lives, my YouTube things, when we do this, I upload them to YouTube. Like, practice with me now. Sit here. I am unconditional love. I am unconditional love. Feel it. I am unconditional love. I am pure positive energy. I am pure positive energy. Just go around your house and just saying, I'm a bright light. I'm radiating. I just watch. Keep doing it. Watch as you raise your frequency. You will activate that and feel that. You see, like I made an example yesterday. Here's an example. Everything that is a negative, that has fear, that's negative, you would think is negative, is dark, dense energy. All right. Everything that is positive is light. Negative, dark, positive light. So if you want to get your trajectory up there into the higher realms, the higher consciousness, the higher thoughts, frequencies, vibrations, manifestations, only positive, only light. We don't think about it. We don't listen to it. Listen. We don't listen. We don't share. We don't talk about it. Because even me saying that word now, and now I must get rid of it, I've activated that frequency. You see? Because it comes out your mouth. There we are. See? It's amazing. It was an amazing thing to me that now, because I mean, you go up, you're getting up, and you always, as you go, you're getting more and more information, right? And this was like my final epiphany, because I figured out all these, okay, and I knew, because they're saying, if you listen to Abraham, she's hinted, the thoughts are not yours. We're giving them to you. When they say we, who's we? We are the collective consciousness. We are part of Source. Go and do it. It's amazing. Oh, fucking awesome. We are part. You cannot separate yourself. You never were. You're not separate. You are not separate from Source. And that's why people have this nonsense, false light. They're going to die. Your soul's lost. Rubbish. Nothing. You can't. The minute you leave this physical vessel, you leave your few days, your energy transitions back to pure positive light. Poof. That's it. All of this is nonsense is left behind until you drop into, you drop again and pick up your same energies. You start the game again. You're focusing your consciousness into what you would. Let me try and explain this. Oh. To play the human game, all you're doing is part of source energy, is taking your fractal of energy and focusing your consciousness into like this. Okay, I'm imagining I'm a physical vessel, blah, 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 blah. I'm putting my energy and consciousness into that. And that's what you do. And so, as you say, there's no such thing as dying. Is when you transition, when you die, when you think you die, you leave this body, you're back to this incredible energy. Trust me, you feel like so freaking happy when you leave the body, because it's like, yes, you feel lighter already. You're just like, well, I can go there, I can zoom. Yes, because there's nothing holding you. You've let go of all that dense, dark shit that was active in you, your thoughts, your worries, your fears, all the way up. You let them go and you immediately raise. Because now you're not restricted by the body, because you all thought you were anyway. So now you can zoot off there like the orbs. Why do you think orbs come to you? All right, that's all we are when we leave it. So it depends on how much brightness you want to exude. But all you're doing now, how do we astral? How do we communicate? We now think about it. We focus on it. So we're syncing our frequency and vibration. With your intent, I want to say talk to Source. So now intent, I ask Source, come in. I'm now adjusting my frequency and vibration. Thank you to Source. Here we are. And there we are, bingo, or whatever, right? Or my light being, my Palladian. There's another thing. You might think you are a particular ET right now, but you're not. Because that was just one life. You have been here throughout. You're part of Source. Source is eternal. There's no beginning and no end. Some of these planets, look at the life of our planet. There's only a few billion. We were here, we created all the universe and the planets. You have played so many beings. This might be your first human, game, but you've been so many, many, many in different realms and different whatever. You can't just say, I am that. I'm going, no, people. It's amazing what you are, yeah. Maybe you've become something else now. You're playing human or playing earth, whatever you're playing, I don't know. Yeah, we all were. A lot of people were. Or they've come from this realm, whatever. But quite a huge majority of people, of course you have. You've played so many ETs, you just don't remember. As you raise your frequency, vibration, and consciousness, so you have, like the Buddha said, access to more. Like they can remember 1,000 lives, 90,000 past lives. It just goes on and on. And this planet, the sun, we played on the sun. We played on Mars. We played on the amount of planets, beings and games we played on. It's unbelievable. We created the Milky Way. Oh, that's awesome. So there's so many things, you see. So you've got to understand, to get higher thoughts, you've got to raise your frequency, vibration, and light, which I explained, which means you can only think, say, pay attention to them, listen to them, whatever you're going to do, you know what I mean? You're selectively choosing, like Abraham 6 says, what you focus on, what you listen to. Even music, I'm selective now. You know, all those old days we used to listen to this love songs. They were all, oh, shame for me. I don't listen to those anymore. Why? Because of frequency and vibration of that. Oh, you know, of attachment. I need you. No, you don't need anybody. You've got your inner being. You are source. You are everything. You are divine. Your light is, science will tell you, is brighter than how many suns. The amount of energy you have. Ooh. The light you can radiate. So it's what you say. I am light. I radiate light. Hey, not little. I am a powerful light. We are light. We radiate light. Have a look around me now. We radiate light. Claim it, be it, say it, think it, focus on it, intend. All right, there we are. That was an epiphany. So I was like, yeah! So just think about that. Your thoughts are not created by you. This is the ego. You know. I'm thinking, I'm doing, I'm, you know, this little person that thinks it's human, and I'm this, and I'm, you know, whatever. This is part of the game. No, you are actually source. You are never separated from source. You cannot be separated from source. You've just focused yourself into here, and you put your little veil up, but you can decide as you raise in frequency, vibration, and you intend, you can let that become thinner. You have much more access to much. You're going into a higher, you're accessing higher planes of thoughts, because they're just frequencies of vibrations. As you'll say, look at the words, say the word and watch how it changes. See? That's why we do those affirmations. I am, when you start off, I am pure, true light. I am unconditional love. I am peace. I am happiness. That's why I'm doing this 30-40 day challenge, and I'm uploading it to YouTube every day to teach people these things. Practice it and watch what happens. Intend think of only the things you would want to be. What do you want to be? As Abraham, this is why they've come to the planet, try and guide us out of the old way of being, and the old, which is negative, dark, dense thoughts, always worrying, always fear, always. Only expect the best. Only expect good. I am blessed. I am divinely guided. I've shared them. You can watch my YouTube things. It goes to a lot, explains all this. Anyway, I just thought that was so cool to get that now. If you understand thoughts, see them as dimensions. Okay, so all these thoughts and words are on this frequency, which are not nice. All these are on here. So if you think, now you must understand thoughts, what I'm saying. So if you think, oh, when you're watching a video, that person's, that's why they say don't pass judgment. Say I'm scrolling through a video and I think, oh, she's full of herself, or she's arrogant, or he's an idiot, or oh, they're bad, or he's this, or blah, 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 blah. Judgment. What am I doing? I'm lowering my frequency and vibration. I'm cutting myself off. I've been doing this every night here, except when I take time for myself. I've been doing lives on YouTube every night at 7, and I'm uploading them. Well, I started the YouTube channel actually for these, purely for TikTok lives. But this one is about, I'm trying to get, like Abraham Hitch is saying, these lives I started 30-40 days, is tell people, do this for 30-40 days and watch what changes. If you cut all media out, any negative comment, you go and listen. My first one explains. But also remember, as you're raising frequency vibration, you won't do it anyway. So you'll just say, oh, that's nice, and you will not judge or feel any separation or anything towards anyone. So you can't be jealous, you can't have hate, you can't judge, you can't criticize, you can't. All these things lower your frequency vibration. So if you take 30-40 day challenge and only positive things, it's amazing, you watch. Only positive things. Increase your light, focus on it, do this, send out. I've basically told you what to do on my lives, and I've uploaded them. There's 7 or 8 of them now. Yesterday was not one, yesterday was an example of when you go off. When you drop your frequency and vibration. It was lovely, but I had something to get rid of, which was showing me, and it was a test, and it was interesting. Because you can't teach if you haven't been through it yourself. You can't tell people if you haven't experienced this yourself, right? So yes, it was so cool. I knew something. I was like, okay, now I want to check this out. Anyway, so cool. And that person disappeared for 2 days, and then they were back. And why? Because I was holding frequency, and one of the frequency and vibration it was anger. I actually only realized that because a lot of them we don't understand what resonances they hold. And I had that, and I was like, oh, okay. Gaia actually told me this morning. Yeah, I thought it was control. Control was one, because it was a behavior. And yesterday I did it, and guess what? That person was back again. And I was like, bingo, I knew it. Because law of attraction, you see. I was like, yes, I knew it. Anyway, there we are. It was so cool. So it was a lesson, yeah. When you think about something, whatever you're resonating, and every different thing you're holding in your being. So keep trying to clean yourself every day. And I've shared that in my lives. I explain things, so it makes you think, oh, okay, so now you're aware of this. You can do it every day. You watch people, watch. Your light will just go, oh, and if you focus, and you can expand your light. Like I can sit here and unconsciously expand my light. Because you're instructing your energy to increase in light. No. Because I did that, what they were doing yesterday, they came back, you see. When you haven't got it active in your, whatever's active in your frequency of vibration, only those things you can perceive can come into existence. So think of my body right now. Say it's got let's just for an argument's sake, say I've got 70 active frequencies and vibrations currently in me right now, because I'm speaking, aren't I? And I'm saying things also I typically don't want to, because I'm trying to show you things, right? Yeah, you're welcome. So I'm trying to show you this. So at the moment I've got all these different frequencies and vibrations, because I've thought of them, I've said them, active in me now. Now anybody watching this or that'll come across this video will have some of those, or they won't be able to find this video. You see? But now I sat here and increased my frequency and vibration and light, which I showed the other day twice, and that person was nowhere around. But yesterday I activated things that they had, and I was trying to identify, right, if I do them here, what is it I'm holding in order for that person to interact with me, to have this negative interaction? What frequency and vibration have I got that they have in them now? And that was I was trying to figure out. So yesterday when I had it in me as well, they popped up again. I was like, yes, bingo, you were here, I knew it. Because I knew I'd done it, you see. That was amazing. But that was such a freedom. I know that if you listen to the Buddhists and people say it, their thoughts are not yours, so don't believe them. And they're not joking when they're saying it. They're not yours. Us as a mass collective, which is source. I mean, all that is massive creation out there, people. Every thought and vibration, you are going to draw anything in that frequency, a plane. So all these thoughts are in one plane, in one realm, which are, say all the unpleasant ones, right? They're all there. Same with the beings, anything resonating in that also. Everything. So you're now cruising along like a babe, and you're like, oh, okay, I like that one. And you're picking them from them, right? That negative thought, that one. No. All right, pure positive energy. I'm pure positive energy. Anything that's, here's one to practice, and I've shared it on my lives. Your inner being, which is the energy that you are now, so as the extension of source, or as source really, okay? And say what you call your higher self, source, right? So what we think, this is why we're playing this. My inner being and source, you're still seeing yourself as separate, right? They're not, source is there and I'm not. Like there's God and there's me. No. Anyway, that's just besides the point. So do this exercise to get you there. If you want to say your higher self, your inner being, however. So that's what you think, or your soul. That's because most people this is what they think it is. So I'm going to use names that you get. So say, here's my higher self, my soul, or my inner being, whichever one you use. And there is source, the creative source of all that is, whatever, the creator, whatever you want to say. So that's what you always think you're separate, right? Did you not? So there they are. Now, you can say this as part of your exercise. Anything, any frequency, vibration, and resonance, even the bit of residue, that is not in alignment with my inner being or source, you ask it to, you now hereby release it and transmute it into pure light or unconditional love, pure positive energy. There we are. Transmute it. Because no energy can be you just letting go of it. You're not attaching to it. You say you're not holding on to it. You're releasing a frequency vibration, or you're transmuting it. Or you can ask them to transmute it, whichever you prefer. Watch it gone. So you hereby release from all, all realms, all consciousness, all dimensions, all you can. I've shared my YouTube. I've guided you how to do that. Release anything, any frequency, vibration, or resonance that is not in alignment with your inner being, your higher self, or source. And those are all things that are not, All right. That's all dark, dense energies, negative beliefs. All right, there we are. You can do a cleanse and you can reset all the time. Just keep resetting yourself. So if you go off and you think, oh, okay, I had a, there we are. All right, I thought I'll share that with you. So now you understand thoughts are not yours. They're not created by your brain, what you think is a physical brain. You are just selecting them from different levels of consciousness or frequencies and vibrations. All right. All right, guys. I thought I'll share that before I go shower, as I don't remember. While I'm in the roll, let me go. All right, love you. Hope that helped. Bye.